The sky burned, red, angry. It was as if the heavens themselves were furious, casting a crimson hue over the desolate landscape below. The once blue sky, now a canvas of rage and destruction, mirrored the chaos that had engulfed the world. Ash rained down, choking the last vestiges of sunlight. The air was thick with it, making every breath a struggle. The streets, once bustling with life, were now silent, covered in a blanket of grey. It was a haunting reminder of what had been lost. It had been like this for weeks. The sun, a distant memory, was obscured by the relentless smoke and ash. Days and nights blended into one long, unending nightmare. The world had been plunged into darkness, both literally and figuratively. A global cataclysm, swift and merciless, had reshaped the planet. In a matter of days, everything familiar was gone. The landscapes were unrecognizable, transformed by the sheer force of nature's wrath. It was a new world born out of destruction. Once vibrant cities were now concrete tombs. Buildings that had stood tall and proud were reduced to rubble. Streets that had echoed with laughter and life were now silent. The decay was everywhere, a testament to the fragility of human civilization. The air, thick with smoke and despair, carried the silence of extinction. It was a silence that spoke volumes, a silence that told the story of a world that had been brought to its knees. The weight of it was almost unbearable. Humanity, or what remained of it, clung to existence by a thread. Small groups of survivors wandered the ruins searching for any sign of hope. They were the last remnants of a once thriving species, now reduced to mere shadows of their former selves. A small band of survivors moved through the skeletal remains of a once great metropolis. Their steps were cautious, their eyes ever watchful. Every corner held potential danger, every shadow a possible threat. They had learned to be wary, to trust no one. Led by a grizzled woman named Lena, they were driven by a single hope: survival. Lena, with her steely determination and unyielding spirit, was their beacon in the darkness. She had seen the worst of humanity, yet she refused to give up. They scavenged for scraps, their faces etched with the trauma of recent events. Every day was a struggle, every meal a victory. The memories of what they had lost haunted them, but they pressed on, driven by the instinct to survive. Each day was a battle against hunger, thirst, and the crushing weight of their loss. The world they had known was gone, replaced by a harsh and unforgiving reality, but they fought on, driven by the hope that somewhere, somehow, there was a future worth fighting for. But Lena, her spirit forged in the fires of adversity, refused to let them surrender to despair. She was their leader, their guide, and their hope. In her they found the strength to keep going, to face each new day with courage and determination. For as long as Lena stood, they knew they had a chance. "Look!" A young man named Kai pointed towards a faint glow emanating from a collapsed building. Curiosity, a flicker in the ashes of their despair, spurred them forward. Moving cautiously through the rubble, they discovered an entrance to an underground tunnel. The air within was cool, untouched by the poisoned winds above. The tunnel, hewn from bedrock, seemed to hum with an unseen energy. As they descended deeper, the air grew heavy with anticipation. The faint glow intensified, revealing a massive, metallic door emblazoned with strange symbols. Lena, her hand trembling, reached out and touched the cold metal. The door slid open with a groan, bathing them in a light unlike anything they had ever seen. Before them lay an immense library, bathed in the warm glow of countless lights. Shelves, stretching as far as the eye could see, overflowed with books, but these were unlike any books they had ever encountered. Bound in shimmering metals and luminous plastics, they seemed to pulse with an inner energy. A sense of awe tinged with apprehension settled over the survivors. The library felt ancient yet futuristic, a repository of knowledge beyond their comprehension. This was not a refuge from the wasteland above, it was a portal to an unknown future. Lena, her voice barely a whisper, spoke the words that echoed in the minds of them all. "What is this place?" As they ventured deeper into the library, they realized the true extent of its mystery. The air was thick with the scent of old parchment, and a hint of something metallic, almost futuristic. Each step they took echoed softly, as if the library itself was whispering secrets from the shadows. The books, written in languages they didn't recognize, seemed to hum with an unseen energy. Some covers glowed faintly, casting an eerie light that danced across the shelves. It was as if the books were alive, each one holding a story that transcended time and space. Dates on some of the covers, far in the future, sent shivers down their spines. These weren't just any books, they were chronicles of events yet to unfold, prophecies bound in leather and ink. The future was laid out before them, waiting to be discovered. This was not a library of the past, it was a library of tomorrow, a chronicle of a future yet to come. The architecture was sleek and modern, with high-tech elements seamlessly integrated into the ancient structure. It was a place where the past and future coexisted in perfect harmony. One book, bound in a shimmering silver alloy, seemed to call out to Lena. Its cover was unlike anything she had ever seen, reflecting light in a way that made it appear almost otherworldly. She felt an inexplicable pull towards it, as if it held the answers to questions she hadn't even thought to ask. It felt warm to the touch, pulsing with a faint energy. The sensation was both comforting and unsettling, like holding a heartbeat in her hands. She could feel the power emanating from the book, a silent promise of knowledge and revelation. As she traced the strange symbols on its cover, a wave of dizziness washed over her. The symbols seemed to shift and change under her fingers, revealing glimpses of a reality beyond her comprehension. It was as if the book was trying to communicate with her, to show her visions of what was to come. Images, vivid and chaotic, flashed through her mind, towering cities that scraped the sky, flying vehicles, and bustling streets filled with people. The future was a whirlwind of innovation and change, a world both familiar and alien, and people with strange abilities. Some had glowing eyes, others moved with a speed and grace that defied logic. It was a world where the boundaries of human potential had been pushed to their limits and beyond. Could these be glimpses of the future contained within these walls? The library was a portal to what lay ahead, a repository of knowledge that spanned across time. Lena knew that within these walls the secrets of tomorrow were waiting to be uncovered. Section 5. The Language of Time. The survivors quickly realized that the library's greatest treasure was also its greatest challenge, the language. The elegant flowing script seemed alien, indecipherable. Days turned into weeks as they struggled to unravel the secrets of this futuristic language. Frustration mounted, but so did their determination. Kai, with his youthful curiosity and sharp mind, took the lead. He spent countless hours poring over the books, comparing symbols, searching for patterns. He intuited that the language was based on a complex system of symbols representing not just words, but concepts and ideas. His progress was slow, painstaking, but with each passing day the strange symbols began to make a little more sense. Section 6. Deciphering Destiny. One day, a breakthrough. Kai, his face flushed with excitement, deciphered a key phrase. The archive of futures possible. The library, it seemed, wasn't just a collection of historical records from the future, it was a repository of potential timelines, each book a window into a different possible future. This realization filled them with a mix of awe and trepidation. The future, it seemed, was not fixed but fluid, a tapestry of infinite possibilities. Did they dare to unravel the threads of time and glimpse their own destinies? Or was some knowledge better left undisturbed? The library, once a beacon of hope, now presented them with a profound ethical dilemma. Section 7. The Weight of Knowledge. The discovery of the library's true nature sparked a debate among the survivors. Some, driven by fear and uncertainty, argued that the books should be left untouched. They feared that tampering with the future could have disastrous consequences. Others, emboldened by curiosity and a desire to rebuild, saw the library as a source of invaluable knowledge. Lena, ever the pragmatist, understood both perspectives. The potential of the library was undeniable, but so were the risks. She knew that knowledge without understanding, without careful consideration of its implications, was a dangerous tool. She proposed a compromise. They would study the books selectively, focusing on practical knowledge that could help them survive and rebuild. Section 8. A Future Forged. Guided by Lena's wisdom, the survivors began the arduous task of deciphering the library's secrets. They focused on texts that promised solutions to their immediate needs. Medicine, agriculture, sustainable energy. Slowly, painstakingly, they began to piece together a new way of life, one informed by the wisdom of a future they had yet to fully comprehend. The library, once a symbol of a lost future, became a catalyst for their own. They built hydroponic gardens, harnessing the power of forgotten technologies. They learned to heal the sick and injured using advanced medical techniques. With each passing day, they chipped away at the legacy of destruction, rebuilding their lives and their hope. The future, once a distant echo, was now a symphony they were writing with their own hands. Section 9. The Enduring Spirit. Years later, the wasteland bloomed anew. What was once a barren and desolate land, devoid of life and hope, began to transform. The seeds of resilience, buried deep within the earth, sprouted into a lush green landscape. Flowers of every color imaginable burst forth, painting the once grey and lifeless soil with vibrant hues. Nature, in its infinite wisdom, reclaimed what was lost, showing that even the harshest conditions could not suppress the will to thrive. The city, once a tomb, was reborn as a beacon of hope. Advanced architecture rose from the ruins, blending seamlessly with green spaces that offered a breath of fresh air. The streets, once silent and empty, now buzzed with life and activity. People walked with purpose, their faces reflecting the optimism that had taken root in their hearts. This city, a symbol of human ingenuity and perseverance, stood tall as a testament to what could be achieved when hope was not lost. Towers, built with technologies gleaned from the library, reach for the sky, powered by the sun and the wind. These skyscrapers, adorned with solar panels and wind turbines, harnessed the natural elements to sustain themselves. The energy that once seemed scarce was now abundant thanks to the innovative minds that had unlocked the secrets of the past. These structures were not just buildings, they were monuments to a new era of sustainability and progress. Children born into this new world learned to read the strange symbols alongside their own language. In high-tech classrooms, they were taught the wisdom of the ancients and the innovations of the future. These young minds, unburdened by the past, embraced the knowledge with curiosity and enthusiasm. They were the torchbearers of a new dawn, ready to lead humanity into uncharted territories. The library, no longer a repository of secrets, became a testament to human resilience. It was a place where the past met the future, where ancient scrolls and digital tablets coexisted. People from all walks of life gathered here, drawn by the promise of knowledge and the hope it represented. The library was a sanctuary of learning, a beacon that guided humanity through its darkest hours and into the light, for even in the face of unimaginable devastation humanity had endured. Communities came together, rebuilding their lives and their homes. They shared stories of survival and hope, drawing strength from one another. The bonds forged in adversity were unbreakable, and the spirit of cooperation and solidarity became the foundation upon which the new world was built. Their curiosity, their thirst for knowledge had led them through the darkness and into a brighter tomorrow. They explored new technologies with a sense of wonder, always seeking to understand and improve. In futuristic settings, they studied and experimented, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. This relentless pursuit of knowledge was the driving force behind their progress, lighting the way forward. The library, a gift from a future they were just beginning to understand, served as a constant reminder. No matter how dark the night, the human spirit, like a star, would always find a way to shine through. It was a symbol of hope and resilience, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. As they looked up at the starry sky, they knew that their journey was far from over, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united and unyielding.